Hello everyone, Vito's832 back again. Saved. Time for another edition of What's on Deck. There is a lot to talk about on Kickstarter. A lot of it is just simply not good, but we will talk about it. Let's get on with it. First of all, we got a relaunch of the Triple Vision playing cards from One Widow playing cards, which is from Canada, I believe. Yes, it's Canadian. It is now 99% funded, 11 days to go. I think it's pretty much a guarantee it's going to fund. It's a three-dimensional deck of cards. You even get glasses, apparently, with a retro comic book twist. Made for cardists, magicians, card collectors, and game lovers. It's basically 16 bucks Canadian for one deck, so it's not a bad deal. And you get 3D glasses for every deck. But it's just not something that appeals to me. I don't want to have to wear goofy, weird 3D glasses just to look at a deck of cards. And without the glasses, the images look very blurry and weird. I guess there might have been some improvements since last time, art-wise. I'm not too sure. The back design is very simple as well. Not a big, huge fan of that. The artwork seems basically the same. As you can see, it's kind of weird. 3D playing cards, folks. Never thought we'd see the day when this happened. I mean, it's one thing for TV and movies, but another thing for playing cards now. Oops. I mean, it's okay. It's definitely not horrible or anything like that. To be produced by... Oh, what's this? Hunted. Dark Hours. You got a few other decks here, apparently. I guess that's these ones. These are the add-ons. Forever Diamonds, Dark Hours, and Hunted. And I actually had reviews of this Forever Diamonds and Dark Hours, although I don't think they had any specific names for them back then. I don't think I ever got the Hunted one, though. I don't remember. But I don't think I even had them anymore. I wasn't a huge fan of them. But they're going to be printed by Legends. And they do have a store where you can get the other decks. It's just kind of weird, strange playing cards you see right here. Maybe I did have that one. I think I had all of them. I don't remember. Move on. Next up from Collectible Playing Cards, it's the Bicycle Red Castle deck. It is 33% funded, 26 days to go. Still plenty of time for it to happen. Only a $4,000 goal. Whoops. And it's interesting to say the least. The back design especially. I think maybe the back design has a little bit too much detail to it and whatnot. But it's okay. It certainly look interesting for fans and for scene. I do think with this type of a theme that they could have done more with the faces, the court cards maybe, instead of being standard, could have been more majestic and royal and, you know, king, queen, knight thing going on, instead of just standard, same old, same old. But, I mean, it's not horrible or anything like that. It's a pretty cool deck, and I will pick it up later on, if it funds. That is for sure. And, I mean, the good thing about collectible playing cards is you will definitely get what you pay for. There's no screwing around or anything like that. It's 100% guaranteed and safe. Unlike some projects, obviously. What do we got next here? I wanted to mention this one. I mentioned it last week. Just launched a week ago. Sisterhood of Blood by Kirk Slater and 52 Ravens. It is about halfway there. 51%, 22 days to go. Let's get this one funded. It's beautiful artwork. Very unique. I love that back design. It's definitely the best deck to launch this week, in my opinion. You know, nothing against the collectible cards deck. It's probably the second best one this week. Very nice artwork. It's all female court cards. Beautiful on the faces and everything. And similar jokers to the previous deck with the Raven, but it works. And the inside of the tuck case looks like somebody dropped some blood in there. It's pretty interesting and unique. And there's a stretch goal for a book telling you about all the figures, which are actually named on the faces here. You can see the name of the figure. It's So that's pretty cool. Next up, Plain Arts by Digital Abstracts. This is a third edition and also a special edition. And I've kind of gotten tired of these ones. Currently, it's 6% funded, 49 days to go. I don't know why they need such a long project time. If it's going to fund, it'll fund. If not, then it's not. 49 days will not make a difference. I've mentioned this many times before. If it's going to fund, it'll fund in 20 or 30 days. If not, that's it. It's dead. 26,000 euros, that's a massive goal. To be produced by USPC. Originally, a couple years back, year and a half, maybe 2 years, I don't remember exactly how long it was, they released the first Plain Arts deck on Kickstarter. It did pretty well. It was a plastic deck produced by Piatnik, I believe it was. And, it did well. Last year, early this year, whenever it was, I think it was last year, I don't remember. They re-released that first edition and also a second edition, printed through USBC and released through Magic and Card Shops. And now they're back to Kickstarter. What this deck is like some other decks, is basically all the cards are designed by different artists and they got different elements in them. And I'm getting a little bit tired of these decks, It's just throwing random art onto plain cards. But there's a special edition and edition 3. I might have to get it just to make sure I have the complete thing, but only if it funds will I back it. The back design is kind of strange. There's nothing wrong with it. It's interesting. Apparently they've launched an international design contest, giving a chance to artists from the world, all over the world, to show off their skills and share their vision of a particular playing card. 55 best artworks will form the special edition deck. This is probably something they should have gone into way before the project launched, so we can actually see what it is. Right now, as it is, they got contestants working on the cards while the project is live. June to the end of June to the mid-July, they'll be voting on those cards. Mid-July to end July, judging by a panel of judges made of Plain Arts staff and you, the backers. August, announcement of the winners. August to November, printing the cards. November, shipping rewards to US backers. January, shipping rewards to backers from the rest of the world. Oh my God, why is it going to take so long to get this done? Why not do the contest way before? And no, I'm not going to pledge for something that does not look like it's going to happen for a while. I'll just get it later on, if anything. And right now it's very slow to fund for some reason. I wonder why. Next up, Trojan War playing card. This is from Ellie Jenkinson, his first project, although he's backed 5. It's slowly getting there. It's 48% funded, 17 days to go. Only £1,100 for the goal. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of this one. The theme has, good potential. The artwork fails, in my opinion. Apparently, each suit is based on something different. One is the Argives or Greeks. Another one is Trojans. Another one is gods. And another one is women. And then there's the Jokers. By Kickstarter. Okay. Apparently the cards were originally designed purely to be used in his own classroom. He's a teacher and used a print-on-demand company, Game Crafter, to make a small order. After talking about how he was using the cards in his classroom on Twitter and Facebook, he sold some in the US, and some UK customers are actually interested in him as well, but looking for a more accessible unit and postage cost. I guess printing through Game Crafter is not cheap, so he decided to do this project. And it's an interesting idea, an interesting classroom technique, I guess. The back design is okay. However, it is a one-way back design, which is a no-no. Quality of the cards, as you can see in this fan, is not good. And then the artwork just looks very weird. It's just very hand-drawn, not overly professional. I don't like the pip on top of the number or letter. I get the other way. That's a standard way. I want to see the number or letter on top and then the pip underneath it. And it also makes it better since there's no suit indicator. But you look at the artwork, you see the artwork, it's not the greatest. I like to look at other decks like there's all sorts of historical decks that have been on Kickstarter, Japanese Scrolls, to some extent Viva Mexico, all the ones from Zodi Eklund, Fall of Troy, and so forth. And they all have much better artwork and are much more historically relevant. And it's okay. I'll probably fund, but it's not something I'm particularly interested in. And I mean, it's £10 for one deck. Wow. Or you can get the PDF to print your own deck for £5. No, thank you. Moving along. Thank you and goodbye. This one, again, not a huge fan of. It is the official SciFi Angels playing card set from John Daniel Taylor IV. Only a $1,200 goal. He's already funded. 40 days to go again. I don't understand why he needs such a long project time, especially since he's funded and was going to fund. Obviously, this is based upon some comics probably that he's created, like his previous decks, and they're just horrible. His skill set is apparently based upon drawing one-way images of, well, scantily clad and topless women. I should have warned you about this. As you can see, every value has the same artwork, so it's only, 13 or 14 images being designed. That's not a whole lot. It's more than the last deck, I think. And here's the back design. It's just not anything that appeals to me. It's made by a cheap manufacturer. It's for fans of this comic. You see his other decks here that he's done before. More of the same. It's just crap, in my opinion. Next up, The Leader Trump Cards by Mark Adam. First project, obviously. It's not going to fund. I don't see it funding. It's 1%, 30 days to go, $5,000 goal. It's going to feature the likenesses of the top conservatives to make America great again. Sorry, but Donald Trump will not make America great again. If you think he's going to make America great again, you got problems. The guy is a racist, sexist pig. He has shown that time and time again. He's anti anyone outside of America. He wants to put up walls everywhere. He's like freaking Kim Jong-un from Korea, is what I think of him. He's like a communist. He's like a dictator, and I don't see why Americans want that. He's got a big mouth. I don't know if he's got the cojones to back that up. And as far as this project is concerned, there's no other artwork associated with it, just this one image you see in the video. I don't know if there's more. Haven't watched the video. I don't care. The artwork is okay. I would like to think that if Donald Trump sees this, he's going to sue this person because he's the one who's going to want to make money off his name and likeness. He's not going to let somebody else make money off of him, in my opinion. I just don't recommend this one. Pass. Next up, the woman cards. I just wanted to mention, so look at that figure. Over $100,000. And all they have is a picture of Hillary and Beyonce. Oh, wait, they've added another one here. Notorious RBG. Beyonce the Queen. And the back of the cards, which is very lame and lackluster. Apparently this author must have a big following because he's got over 2,700 backers. I'm not sure if he knows what he's getting into, if he's fulfilling this himself. He is going to be overwhelmed. This one has a lot of red flags, lack of art, lack of fulfillment, as far as I know. And it's going to be a problem, I think. And I'm not a big fan of it. Next, people are already copying this project. We got woman cards by Katie McMurray. Not going to happen, I don't think. It's 5% funded, 23 days to go, 22 days to go. I apologize. I don't know why I had 23 days. Come on. Why does it do that? There's a draft of the back design. It's horrible. It's a uterus. I mean, really? That's what you're going to put on the back design of the cards? And then they put a bunch of words to make it a one-way and also a woman. It's horrible back design, horrible faces, not even a good likeness. It's just cartoony. And that's all the art they have. Sorry. No thank you. One of my biggest rules for point guard project backing, who is that sexy chick, is not this one, the one that was in the corner down here. One of my biggest rules for projects on Kickstarter as far as backing is concerned is do not back projects that have zero effort put into them, zero artwork, nothing to show for, and this is one of them. Just a couple of drafts, and we don't know what else there might be. Next up, another one. Hillary Woman card. Fine art edition. This artwork looks like it was photoshopped. It's not hand-drawn. And that's all I'm seeing. I haven't watched the video to see if there's more artwork in it. I could care less. It's just another rip-off trying to cash in on that other project. It's not going to happen. I don't believe it. It's currently 12% funded, 19 days to go. Yeah, whatever. People need to stop trying to cash in on successful projects because it's just utterly crap. Next up, Evil Deck by Firewater Entertainment. No relation to the other Evil Deck from Third Way Productions, from Third Way, Giovanni Morani. Nothing whatsoever. After two attempts to get a project funded related to, what was it, the Zodiac, they have turned around and done something different. It's the Evil Deck. The artwork is pretty good, I will say that much. This is the back design. You know, it's pretty unique. Seems like it's going to be borderless. The faces are nice. Nice, completely custom. And you see the artwork here on some of the court cards. Pretty, you know, pretty cool. I got no complaints with the artwork. It's a lot better than the previous attempts, that's for sure. However, they don't have a big following, and they have not been promoted a whole lot. I've seen it promoted via their Facebook page, but if you're not following their Facebook page, you haven't seen this. I'll just delete that. So I just don't know if it's going to fund based on that. It's currently, like I said, 6% funded, 26 days to go. I don't know if it's going to happen. Moving along, another horrible idea, I think, the War Deck by the Patricks. It is 0% funded, 27 days to go. I think it's 0% funded. Maybe it's got a little funding since, but I don't think so. It's a deck of cards. You can see it there. It has scriptures written on it and QRC links to inspirational videos on the face of every card. And horrible indexes, a one-way back design with religious stuff, which is fine, I guess, but it's not the type of deck that's going to fund on Kickstarter. Religious decks do not usually do well. Nothing against religion. I am a religious guy myself. It's just not the type of thing that funds on Kickstarter, and it's not the type of thing that I'm looking for in playing cards. It's bad enough when people design a deck of cards with stuff written on it, stories, scriptures, whatever, but then when you start adding QRC links to videos, that's getting even more ridiculous. Anyway, I wish them the best of luck, but it's not going to happen. Not with a $6,000 goal, especially. Moving along, Jack in the Green apparently will relaunch this week. That's from Nick Carter. That's this one. Memento Mori collection from Noir Arts has a stretch goal coming soon. It's a third edition deck. Where the heck is it? It's basically not on here. I thought it was on here. Is this it? don't see it. Let's see if I can get back to the Facebook. Or not. Whatever. It's basically a black-faced deck. It's a mystery. It's coming soon. I don't know why they haven't shown any images of it. Whatever. Moving along. Next up, Bicycle Court Wars from Pierre Bad Pete and Crooked King's Cards is coming apparently this Tuesday to Kickstarter. Annoying. And there's the Obsidian Stronghold and the Crimson Bastion. Hopefully, big hope, unlike previous Crooked King's projects, there will not be a massive amount of limited edition tuck cases, because that's just something I'm not a big fan of, and it's something they always do, but I'm not sure it's something that Bad Pete is a fan of. You see the artwork, very nice, completely custom, some more, and this one is definitely one that I will support, despite not being a fan of Crooked Kings too much. Next up, new decks available at collectibleplayingcards.com, BJose32 for 10% off. This one is the Zoom In deck, the fourth deck from Jail Magic. As you can see, it's these are apparently mini deck images, I think, but it's just a standard poker deck apparently, and it's basically made for Magic and performing. It's a zoomed in, simple faces, which is fine. Like I said, it don't work for performing. You can actually be able to identify the card from a distance. That's the whole goal. I think as far as the back design is concerned, it's just a rider back, like the tuck case, which is fine. Another new one, available again at Collectible Point Cards, is a newest deck from, it's a new deck from Chris Ramsey. It is the Memento Mori, one that had a lot of issues with the other Memento Mori I just showed you on Kickstarter, and accusations of copying and whatnot. It's not a copy, it's just the same name. As you can see, this one is pretty interesting. I will be reviewing it eventually, as well as the Zoom In deck. A lot of colors. Pretty interesting. Made, of course, for cardistry and flourishing, as you can see. And, you know, the price is fine. It's like $10. It's on a pre-order right now. It'll be shipping sometime this week. And that is it for what's going on this week. A lot of Kickstarter stuff. A lot of head-shaking, head-scratching ideas. When are things going to calm down in the playing card world on Kickstarter? I don't know. Anyways, that is that. I will see you next week with more. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and let me know what you think about these decks. I think some of them are pretty horrible. And check out the sponsors, links, discount codes in the description box below. Collectible Playing Cards, playingcards.net, and cardporn.com. See ya!